Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bobby. Welcome to episode 104 of SoulsBorne Battles to the Death. We're going to pick two random SoulsBorne bosses, and then they will engage in a lawn dart throwing contest. And then whoever throws their lawn darts the best will be the winner. You know those things are illegal now? Did you know that we once thought it was a good idea to throw giant metal spikes in the air? And, you know, score it like a bullseye type situation? Yeah. We once thought that was a fun game to play. Now, not so much. We recognize the safety concerns. They ignore a lot of other safety concerns that, probably should be addressed. But irregardless, this is SoulsBorne Battles to the Death. The battlefield has been cleared. It can house any and all SoulsBorne bosses, and it has housed all of them at least twice in SoulsBorne Battle Royals that we have conducted over the past few months or so, including SoulsBorne Battles to the Death 100. Go back and check that out if you missed it. Very special episode. We did a Battle Royal commemorating the 100th episode. There are pretty close to 100 bosses in this little generator that I have created. So we are going to stop this wheel, and we are going to see who the first participant is going to be on this episode 104 of SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. Sigurd has arrived to fulfill his destiny. He challenges the next combatant. Did I even mention the special spots in the little generator thing I was talking about? This is, in fact, one of those special spots, and Sigurd has made a couple of appearances in SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. Cannot remember off the top of my head who he faced. I'm going to try and find out without destroying everything on my desk, but all right, what do we got here? See if I can scan this real quick and find Sigurd's name in here. I mean, I have to look over 100 of these things almost. Oh, yep, Sigurd versus the Taurus Demon in episode 54. Is there another one in here? I think there's at least one more. I don't think I'm finding it. Oh, there he is. High Lord Wolnir. He fought High Lord Wolnir in episode 43. So this will be Sigurd's third appearance, I believe, in SoulsBorne Battles to the Death. Everyone loves Sigurd. Who doesn't love Sigurd? Sigurd is amazing. And his NPC storyline, I think, is the best one in all of Dark Souls 3. In my opinion, it's not even a contest, but I'm so sorry. But yeah, we all love Sigurd. Sigurd is amazing. So Sigurd is the first combatant on episode 104. We're going to take this wheel for another spin. We are going to decide the opponent for Sigurd. Oh boy. And now he gets to throw lawn darts in the air. That's going to be quite a contest. He couldn't even figure out how the elevator worked in Dark Souls 3. Now he has to throw lawn darts in the air. I don't know if that's the best idea. I really don't. All right. Sigurd of Katarina on one end of the battlefield. Now the other end of the battlefield, we have the Crystal Sage from Dark Souls 3. The same game. Did he ever fight anyone outside of Dark Souls 3? Who was that first opponent that I said? Oh, he fought the Taurus Demon. That was Dark Souls 1. So apparently his ancestor fought the Taurus Demon. I don't know. That's not a confirmed fact. But anyways. Sigurd of Katarina versus the Crystal Sage. We are going to go to the contractually obligated bio, so let's have a look at Sigurd of Katarina. Sigurd.
Everybody loves Sigurd. I love Sigurd. Everybody should love Sigurd. The Onion Knight, as he is affectionately known. Unfortunately, not much in the way of lore on Sigurd, but we do know that along the way he became great friends with Yorm the Giant, while Yorm was in the midst of his ill-fated rulership of the profane capital, and that Sigurd promised Yorm, before Yorm became a Lord of Cinder, that he would put Yorm back to rest if Yorm ever came back to life using the Storm Rulers. So that was a promise that Sigurd made, and it was a promise that he intended to keep to the very end, which is what makes him the best. Along the course of his quest line, of course, you first come across him in the Undead Settlement in the tower, trying to figure out the mystery of the elevator that he needed to go down, but it only went up. So, you know, Sigurd is beloved, but let's be honest, he's a little bit slow. So a lot of times you have to help him through some of these things, but he is certainly someone you want on your side. I think we can all agree on that. After the elevator thing, you see him sitting and pondering a fire demon in the distance, and you will eventually cross paths with that demon up close, and Sigurd would not be happy about that, but he will jump in and he will help you. And then afterwards you guys toast, and then you move on. And then after you encounter Patches in the Cathedral of the Deep, you find Sigurd stuck in a well without his armor. Somehow he needs his armor to get out. I'm not sure how that exactly works, but that's what he says. So you have to go get the armor one way or another from Patches and bring it back to Sigurd in order to get him out. Next, you can find him in Irithyll, the Boreal Valley. He's sitting in front of a fire, having made a bowl of Estus soup, and he's sleeping. You get to talk to him for a little bit and then have a toast, and he invites you to have some of his Estus soup. So, just Sigurd being Sigurd, I guess. And the next time you see him, Sigurd is locked in the Irithyll dungeon, and you have to go, obviously, find a key and unlock him. And Sigurd is very grateful after all these times you've helped him, and but he keeps saying he has a duty to fulfill very soon, and it will very soon become clear what that duty is. And then finally, in the profane capital, when you go through the boss fog to face Yorm the Giant, Sigurd will show up, provided you did his quest line the correct way. And probably one of the coolest cutscenes in all of Dark Souls 3, I think. Yorm shows up and says that he has arrived to fulfill his promise and let the light shine upon this Lord of Cinder. Be aware that if you have never done this before and you intend to do it, if you screw it up, Sigurd will die, as noted in my no level up run, where I got Sigurd killed. I was very upset. Not so much in the no Estus run. I did manage to save Sigurd there. So, yeah, I think one of the best storylines, NBC storylines in all of Dark Souls. And Sigurd is a worthy addition to SoulsBorne Battle to the Death, even though he's not a boss. But this is a gimmick spot, and I think it's fun to have Sigurd along, and I hope some of you are happy about that and appreciate the fact that Sigurd is now part of the games and can step in to fulfill his destiny as he is doing today.
The Crystal Sage that you battle as a boss in the Road of Sacrifices is actually one of two Crystal Sages. They are spiritual successors to the legendary Grand Sage Logan, and the other one can be found in the Grand Archives. You fight him or her as you enter the archives themselves. They both possess a scroll containing the crystal sorceries of Seath, a branch of sorcery recorded by Logan and carried on by the two sages. The Crystal Sages eventually reach Lothric and introduce to them not only crystal gems, but the heretical belief in the pale dragon Seath and his mad knowledge. Eventually, they would reach a pact with uncertain terms with the undead Legion of Farron to teach them sorceries. And the Legion believed in speed over power, so the sages created spells that were practical and could be used relatively faster than regular spells. But they also created spells that encouraged the development of specific talent. So when you first fight the Crystal Sage, they spend the first part of the fight teleporting and casting spells and all that. And basically when you run up to them, you can probably get 3, 4, 5 good shots before they disappear. And then eventually the Sage will create clones of itself. And I don't know, a lot of people ignore the clones. I find it in myself that I can't ignore them, because in terms of magic, they are just, I think they're just as powerful as the original Sage. So all it takes is one hit to get rid of them. So if you're nearby one of them, I usually just take a hit at them and they disappear. But obviously you want to focus on the original Sage. It's the only one you can really deal damage to. The Crystal Sage's magic is very powerful, and you know, if you're not equipped to deal with it, the Sage can put you away in a hurry. I don't think the Crystal Sage gets as much credit as it probably should. The Crystal Sage could be a problem if you're not prepared to deal with it, and if you take it lightly, then you know, you will pay the price for it. And I have many times. But at the same time, you know, it's a relatively straightforward boss to deal with, I think. So, but yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, the Crystal Sage is certainly not a boss to be taken lightly, and you know, up against the right type of enemy, you know, the Crystal Sage can hold its own in SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. Alright, like, seriously? I mean, come on. Who out there even thinks this is a fight worth evaluating? Like, how does anyone think that Sigurd doesn't annihilate the Crystal Sage in this fight? Like, seriously. I gotta move this over. Like, seriously, who even thinks that? Sigurd, this fight isn't even close. This fight is like, Crystal Sage can be kind of tough, you know, a little bit. He does have some, he or she has some little tricks that can be very annoying and can you know, make the Crystal Sage a pain in the ass. But Sigurd does, you know, he can take that demon outside the undead settlement. So, you know, I mean, you kind of helped him, but, or he kind of helped you, whatever, it doesn't matter. Sigurd would destroy the Crystal Sage. I'm sorry. There isn't even a comparison here. I don't think that's too controversial to say. I don't think the Crystal Sage stands a chance in this fight. So, that is my opinion. I'm not going to waste any time on it. Sigurd beats the Crystal Sage, and does so handily and with great valor. But that is just my opinion. Feel free to leave yours in the comments. And with that, yet another edition of SoulsBorne Battle to the Death draws to a close. RobertBlanchardBooks.com. If you're interested in the award-winning Roar of a Dragon series, you can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free. If you'd like to hear more about them, the Rise of Dragons podcast, wherever you find your favorite podcasts. My Linktree, my Instagram, my Twitter are all Bobby's World 2110. Mondays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the Elden Ring No Crimson Flask Run Volume 2, Learning of the Lakes. This past week is titled Failure, Thy Name is Bobby. So you can pretty well guess what happens in this episode. Actually, it boils down to me trying to do a lot of things and accomplishing none of them. So, yeah, if you want to go check out my medley of failures, you are more than welcome to do so. Back in the archives, I have the Dark Souls Remastered No SS Run. I have the Elden Ring No Crimson Flask Run Volume 1 Limgrave. I have the Sekiro No Healing Guard Run. I have the Dark Souls 3 No SS Run and the Dark Souls 3 No Level Up Run. So go check those out if you're interested. the Bobby's World Hunger Games. There's 28 of those for you to check out. It's me and my friends in a Hunger Games simulator, and it's a very popular series on the channel that we all await with eager anticipation to witness the hilarity that ensues. So that's always a fun time. The Your Father Story videos, there's 7 of those to check out. Me answering questions from a book, talking to the boys about life and, you know, things I've learned and experienced and things of that nature. It's a vlog style type series. So, you know, if you want to go check that out, feel free to do so if you're interested. Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is what you're watching right now. SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. So I don't really have to explain exactly what that is if you just watched it. So I don't want to waste your time, so I'm not going to do so. Saturdays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is Bobby's Gaming Lounge, my weekly live stream where I play games and you come in the chat and we hang out and we just have a fun time and just chill and, you know, do fun stuff. So this past Saturday there was no live stream, however, because there were extenuating circumstances. I had a really rough weekend, basically at work. It was just a rough time, and it just resulted in me not. I didn't even think about the live stream. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I came home and I was really distraught. It was that bad of a day. It was the kind of day that I spent in tears a little bit. So it wasn't even until the next day that I was like, I completely forgot the live stream. Like, I forgot a lot of things that day. So I apologize for that, and I will make it up to you somehow. There will be a live stream this week. I said in a post on YouTube and on Facebook that it would be like on the regular schedule, but I don't know that it will be. I may have to do it a little bit earlier in the week because I do have plans this weekend, but there will be a live stream this week at some point. I'm just not sure exactly when, so stay tuned to my Facebook page, the Bobby's World YouTube Facebook page, and my YouTube posts to stay updated on that. Again, I'm very sorry. I'm very upset that, you know, I let it get to that. It's just, you know, I don't have any words, and there's no excuses, and it's just, you know, I've been talking about the management training and how great things have been going and how hard I've been working, and it was just a bad day. It was just a bad day. I mean, it was a couple of bad days, but one really bad day that really it just culminated in everything, you know, coming out. So I had a really tough time, but I got through it, and I'm still here, and, you know, I'm moving forward as always. It's all you can do, really, in situations like that. It's all you can really do is move forward. So that's what I'm doing, and you know, I have the support of everyone around me for that. And here on YouTube, I have your guys' support. The support on the channel has been just amazing and unbelievable, and I appreciate it to no end. It's just been awesome, the amount of support I've been getting from all sides, and I don't know what a guy like me did to deserve that, but you know, I'm not gonna complain about it. I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna do the best I can with it. So that's always the plan. The plan for me is always to be the best person I can be every single day. So that's what I'm doing, and that's, you know, that's always the plan going forward. So thank you guys for your patience and your love and your support. I really appreciate it. Things are going to continue as scheduled basically this week. Like I said, the live stream will probably be on a different day, but we'll figure something out. But in the meantime, I hope everyone has an amazing week. Be well, stay safe, and as always, it's Bobby's World, and you're all just living in it. See you alive, y'all. Bye.
Hey, boss.
Yes, Courtney.
Mrs. Anderson called. She wanted to order several copies of your books for family and friends.
Oh, that's amazing. Get some ordered, have them sent over to me, and I will sign them for her. I really appreciate it if you could do that for me.
I didn't know you were an author.
You did. Courtney, you've been with me for like 2 years now, and we've talked about it fairly constantly, and there's an ad at the end of every one of these videos.
Well, that doesn't mean that I listen to everything you tell me. Are the books any good?
Well, readersfavorite.com said that its intensity rivals that of the Game of Thrones series. I know, that's pretty crazy, but that's exactly what it says. It's on the Cry of a Raven review. Go check it out.
Well, that's pretty cool. What are the books about?
It's about a soldier who gets exiled for saving a baby dragon, and later he's killed, and he wakes up 3,000 years later with strange powers, and he's watched over by the very same dragon, and the world has been overrun by evil, and he now must travel back in time to stop the evil that started in his own home country.
Wow, that sounds interesting. How can I get copies of the books?
Well, you can go to robertblanchardbooks.com and order your copies there. You can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free. And if you want to hear more about them, you can listen to the Rise of Dragons podcast.
You have a podcast too?
You know what, Courtney? You are doing such an amazing job that I think you are due for a raise. How does that sound?
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Thank you, boss.
You bet. Too bad the raise is going to be when I raise a water balloon over her head and just... Maybe I'll wait until her mom calls. I think she'll find that pretty funny. Go to robertblanchardbooks.com right now and get your copies of the series that got 3 5-star reviews from readersfavorite.com, 3 Author Shout Recommended Reads Awards, and 2 Literary Titan Silver Awards. You can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free, read more reviews, short stories, and much more. And if you want to hear more about them, you can listen to the Rise of Dragons podcast wherever you find your favorite podcasts.